Good morning. I'm in Horton in Ribblesdale, just outside the old Pen-y-ghent cafe, which is now closed. About to walk the Yorkshire Three Peaks. Really excited about this. We've got Pen-y-ghent, rugged scramble. We've got the mighty Whernside, which is the highest peak in the Yorkshire Dales, and then we've got Ingleborough. Now I'm in Horton in Ribblesdale. It's a reasonably good forecast, so I'm hoping to get some good views. Let's get on with it. So just leaving Horton, and Pen-y-ghent's up there in the cloud at the minute. Hopefully it'll clear. It's not a bad forecast. Easter weekend, so I'm expecting to see quite a lot of people today. So just following the lane out of Horton in Ribblesdale. Very well signed, and about to start. It's quite a short steep climb up Pen-y-ghent, and as I say, the top is a scramble. Exciting. Just looking ahead there, we're going to turn left and follow that wall line going over there. And there's already quite a few heads and bobble hats and whatnot, so there's quite a few people out already today. It's still quite early. So this is the start of the Ascent of Pen-y-ghent. It's only a couple of miles, so it's not massive. I can say that the route has been walked and walked and walked over the years, so it's very well marked. Lots of erosion control. It's difficult to get lost on this one. So you can just about make out the angular side of Pen-y-ghent. Big plateau on the top. Very distinctive mountain. That's the section we'll be scrambling up in a minute. This is the start of the scramble. As I said earlier, there's quite a few people out and about today. Easter Saturday. Let the fun begin. But there we go, getting towards the top of the scramble now, as you can see. Loads of fun, this one. Approaching the summit. What a shame, no view. Normally you can see Great Whernside, Buckden Pike, Fountains Fell, then obviously Ingleborough and Whernside as well. Usually fantastic views. So here we are, Pen-y-ghent, straight through. So I'm following these steps off the top. This side's not as, obviously not as scrambly coming down. We're on the Pennine Way, so very, very defined paths. And it's about 7.5 miles from here to Ribblehead Viaduct, so it's quite a long drag. So we've dropped out the mist. Now you can see the path all the way to going down across. That used to be, in the day, pathless almost, so you had to cut your way across the moor and the bog. It used to be great fun. Alas, erosion control. So I'm looking back up at Pen-y-ghent in the cloud. We've followed the ridge down right the way around, so we're on the Pennine Way. Another group ahead. I'm going to follow it, going to climb over the next dip, and then it's a long descent to Ribblehead. So this is the junction where we leave the Pennine Way. You see it's well signed, Yorkshire Three Peaks, and we're going to crack on, head towards Ribblehead. So Whernside is just peeping out from the cloud. Awesome. Unfortunately Ingleborough's still in cloud. That's the last one of the day. Nice little bridge. We're not far off the road section, which I have to say isn't the best part of the walk by a long stretch. There you go, that's a view of Pen-y-ghent, almost out of the cloud. You can see the sheer side that we scrambled up. Following this track now up to the road. Now I'm just at probably at the worst section of the whole walk. It's about a mile down to Ribblehead Viaduct, and we're going to be on the road. And when you're doing the walk, if you're doing it, I usually find this is when you're at your lowest ebb. Usually grab a sandwich or something at the viaduct and then climb over Whernside, as you can see over there. So that's Whernside. Now you can see the cars parked on the roadside over there. So we're going to drop to the road and then skirt up to the right hand side ridge of Whernside, following quite a big path, and eventually the path wraps round and follows the ridge line all the way to the top. So it's quite a big arc. We definitely don't go straight up it anyway, that's for sure. Now the burger bacon butty van's back. It seems to disappear in the winter. Pleased to see it's back. It's always a sight for sore eyes if you're expecting a bacon butty at this point. We're about 10 miles in. Wow, Ribblehead Viaduct, fabulous. It's on the Settle to Carlisle railway line. That's Whernside. Monster. Wow. So we're still on the track under Whernside. When you get to this bit here, this is where the gradient starts to incline, but I need to pan round. There you go, Ingleborough out of the cloud. And she looked fabulous, and it is as steep as it looks. But that's the last one. We got the big one to do first. Fabulous sight. They say the path now has started to steepen up. So I'm looking back, you can see Pen-y-ghent now. And that's Ingleborough. And that's Whernside. So we're just skirting up to the ridge over there. And then we're going to follow the ridge up to the top. So we're walking up the ridge now, not far from the top. There's Ingleborough in the background. Gets tricky on Ingleborough. Looking forward to that. So this is it, top of Whernside. Expect a crowd. Bit of shelter.
Yeah, we'll come round. Thank you.
So we're on the top, walking across the ridge, about to make a very steep descent shortly. And the backdrop over there is Ingleborough, which is our next and last of the Yorkshire 3 peaks. So got to drop down this steep side now, very rocky, erosion control path. Difficult underfoot though. You can see the path winding down. Ingleborough in the background. Just going to pan round. Over there is Gareth. That's a mighty peak. Not one of the 3 peaks, but well worth a visit. See how steep this is, but it's quite a steep descent. Say they've put erosion control in, but don't make it any any more palatable. It's still very rocky, very difficult underfoot. A lot of trip hazards. Wow, there you go. But that's a welcome sight for some. So I'm on a farm path now, heading towards the road. There's Ingleborough looming ahead, and it is as steep as it looks. Pan round. There's Ribblehead. We went past that earlier today. And there's the mighty Whernside, which we've just descended off. Last big push. So this farmer has got it right. He even opens in the winter with vending machines. Awesome. So underneath Ingleborough, we're at the old hill inn. Just going to nip up the road to the footpath which runs around the back of the pub. Then we're going to skirt several fields before we pretty much go directly up the steep side. As I say, we're crossing these fields on the other side of Ingleborough, and very shortly the path is going to pretty much go straight up that steep side into that col. And when you get to the col, you'll then follow the ridge up to the top. Very steep path, this one. All this boarding's new. We're getting closer and closer. I'll show you the steep bit in a minute, and it is steep. People ahead on the path, and then beyond them you'll see the steep bank. The path zigzags straight up the side of it, and then we'll follow the ridge to the top. It's going to be maybe 19 and a half, 20 miles in to the walk, so if you've got anything left in your legs, you need it. So there you go. I'm not sure if you can see the steepness of the next section. Yes, very steep indeed. So almost there. I got to this T-junction where there's a fork in the path there and there. So that path there takes you back to Horton, where we started. I've just been coming up this one, as you can see the steepness of it. So we've got to go up here to the summit and then back to this point and home. So we're on the plateau, heading up to the summit over there. Then we retrace our steps. Plenty of cairns to mark the way. That's not too difficult. The top of Ingleborough. So nice and a clear day. Well, Pen-y-ghent over there. Very angular. Back around. There you go. That's Whernside. Last time I was up here, I was in cloud and snow. So I'm back at the junction. We're going to head down this way now. Probably 4, maybe 5 miles back, all downhill. So enjoy the walk in. Just looking back at Ingleborough. Wow. Pen-y-ghent over there. So depending how you feel, that's a really good sign or a really bad sign. 2 3/4 miles to go. It's quite a difficult path there, it has been. I'm hoping it gets a bit easier from now on in. Well, that's about that for a view of Pen-y-ghent. Isn't that impressive? Wow. We're about a mile or so from Horton. Just down there in the dip. So here we are at Horton in Ribblesdale train station. There's Pen-y-ghent in the backdrop. I wish we'd seen it this morning rather than the clag we were in. Slight detour, got to go up the platform and round. Checking out from the Yorkshire 3 Peaks.